Well, I just realized that I went through this activity and made an error in my data validation. I just chose the wrong option when I was setting it up. So that's one problem that I made. And then the other one was, it says that I don't have the locked cells removed. So I need to double check that because I've done that one a couple times. But that's the only, those are the errors. I got a 90% on this one. So I'm going to go through and do this for you again, but this is my absolute last time. So here we go. So first thing that we need to do is to make sure that you download the correct instructions for your computer and your version of this activity. So here's mine. And the first thing that the instructions tell you are to enable the editing. So I'm doing that. And I want to turn around and save this right away. Make sure that it isn't in some other kind of format, which can happen when you do that. If you don't save them, they can not really get changed. And so you need to make sure that you do this right away and then save it as you go along. Okay, so here we are, and I'm going to my student files, and it's 8. This is actually my third try on this one. Don't tell anybody. Okay, here we go. So here we go. I am here. Going to my instructions is where I want to be. All right. So let's look here. First thing I want to do is to go to my data sheet and review the formula. So I'm coming over to data and I'm taking a good look at this formula. This formula is telling you to round it 3 decimal places. But if you look at the formula itself, these results, the results are not rounding to 3 decimal places. So the first thing you're going to do is fix that. And you're doing that by going into the number format. So you highlight cells D2 through D10. Then you go to the number format. And in here, what are we doing? We're taking a custom format and we're changing it from 2 decimal places to 3. And that's done very quickly. And we click OK. So there's my file, and we're saved at that step. And now I'm coming through, and I'm actually on step 5. Step 5 says take this format now that you've created and copy it using the format painter. Go to the calorie tracking sheet and actually paste that format all the way down to the number 33. And I'm going to save that one. So now I'm on step 6. And I'm in the calorie tracking sheet, and I want to do a Vlookup. So I'm going to come to calorie tracking, and I'm going to go to my formulas tab and my lookup reference using a Vlookup. And it says, okay, what are you going to look up? I'm going to look up this value over here, and I'm going to refer to these values here in the data sheet. And since the values are constant, we're going to put in an absolute cell reference, and then we're going to say the column number that we're looking up is column number 4, and we click OK. So it's formatting correctly, that's good, but we're going to come down now and it says, okay, now edit this formula and take that edit and multiply it times the minutes. And so we're doing that, and we're ready to go, and we're copying that down to row 33. The only reasons why you're getting these NAs here is because there's no number for it to work with, no bit of information for it to work with. So that's not unusual. Okay, now we're on step 9. Select C3 through C33 and set the data validation to use the list on the data sheet. So that's here. And we're saying, okay, now we wanted you to use data validation. So we're going to come over to the data area, and we're choosing data validation, which is on the data tab. There it is, data tab, data validation. And we're looking for a list. And this list is where? It's over here in the data sheet. And we're using this list. Okay. So and now we're going to click on OK, and that one's done. All that did was it took that list that's in the data tab, and see, now it's giving it as an exact list, so you're correct in that particular area. Now delete the data in cells A3 through A23. So we're coming up here and we're going A3, A through A23, and we're just hitting our delete key. And now, this next part is where I messed up before. I got most of it right, but then I got a few little goofies on there. Okay, so now we're going into the date area, B3 through B33. And we're using data validation again, but we're choosing the date, and it has to be greater than or equal to, and it equals today. But then it's over here in the input message. Show input message when cell is selected. This is the one that you were supposed to uncheck. I checked it. So I need to put in check date. And then okay, and stop error alert with a title of, okay, so it's a stop error. Oh, show stop. Ah, that is the problem. I used the wrong one. Stop error. Okay, so it should be check date. And then well, there we got one back. That was the one I missed before. Now select A3 through D33 and remove the locked cell property. So I'm going to come up here, A3 through, oh, I see what I did wrong on that one too. I didn't select this whole range all the way down to here and remove the locked cells. For heaven's sakes. Okay, so that would have been over in here. Boom. That's what I did wrong there on that one. And I got to read these instructions. Select A3 to position the insertion point. So I'm back up here. And now display the developer tab. Now, my developer tab's already displayed because I did it a couple times. But if you look here and go to options, and it's under the customize ribbon, and you just find the developer tab and check on it. And that puts it on your ribbon band. It also, your book shows you can take it here and also under options and put it in the quick access toolbar, which is what we did on the forums. That was one of your instructions in your book, your textbook. Okay, so here we are. We've got it displayed, and we're drawing a combo box over cell F8 in the data tab. So we're over here, data tab. Okay, let's get that out of there. And we're on the data tab, and we're drawing a combo box. So we're coming in to insert a combo box, and we're just going to make a nice cute one right there. And now what we want to do is get into the properties dialog box. And if I do, there you go. If I get in the center of that, then I go to format control, then I'm there, and I want to put my, where are we? We want to put the input range is this over here. And the cell link is F8, which I don't know that we can get it to come in. Let's see if I can get it there. Nah, just type in the F8. Works easier. F8. Okay, now we got it. Now we're done with that one. And what we do is we check here and we go for the word second. Then let's save again. Make sure we've got her saved. Now I'm on step 16. Click the Hospital Seminars tab. So Hospital Seminars. And go to D4. And in D4, I'm using the Cancat feature. So I want to go to Formulas again and under Text and choose Cancat. While I'm there, I'm going to nest another function, which is the index function. So that's the trickiest part. It takes a little bit to go, and it's an array. Boom. Come on, click OK and get working here. All right, now I need to find my array. My input range for the array is where? It says G8 through G11. So that's over here in data, I believe. There. It should have been from data. Okay. And F4 function key. And then what do we have for this next part? Is data again. Going back to data and F8. There we go. And now this is the tricky part. Okay, so we're still in the Cancat. So we want to get inside of that and work at the rest of this formula. So we need the comma that comes with it. And now we want to put the word quarter in there. And when you look at your result, it doesn't have a space there. So even your instructions tell you go in front of the word quarter and add the space. Okay, so now where are we in our instructions? Our instructions are at 12E, I believe, 17E. I'm in 17E. I just put my space bar in, and now I need to do 17F, which is in D4. Change this font to bold, italic, 16 points. And we're there, ready to go. Now, let's say here. Now on the data sheet, select third from the combo box, control, and return to the hospital seminars and see the result. So I'm over here. So I'm selecting third, come back, and there it changed it. I got the result and save. All right. Now we're going into the hospital seminars. So I'm in D4 again. And D6. So I'm holding my control key down so I get D6 also. And G, and coming down to G10. Now I've got all of those selected. And I want to remove the locked option. So I'm going to go to Format and remove the locked option. Okay, now we're just going down to D6 through G10, and we're deleting the contents. And saving the file again, folks. Protect the hospital seminar sheet and the calorie tracking, both with passwords. Okay, without passwords. So we're coming up to protect them now, which would be data. Oh, I always forget where the protection thing is. It is on the Review tab. Okay, so here I am in Hospital Seminars, and I'm going to protect it. Should be a pop-up that comes. And it says to protect the hospital seminar sheet and the calorie tracking sheet. Both without passwords. It just says to protect the sheet, so I guess the unlocking did it enough. Let's come back. There's one. And calorie tracking, protect. Okay. And let's close her out. Save. And upload my file. Ah, it gave me a 90 again. What the heck? Oh, it says it's not set to less than or equal to. For heaven's sakes. What's this one say? It says in cell. Okay, so what's wrong with this one? Cell D4. Oh, it didn't want it. Oh, it didn't want the absolute values there. Okay, I'm going to fix that real quick and finish this off for you. Okay, so the first one says that on my data validation, where is it? Oh, I've got to unprotect my sheets in order to. Okay, so I unprotected the sheet now, and it said that in the data validation, it's over here in data tools, that I did not put the less than. So let's look at that. Data validation, settings. It's less than or equal to. I used the wrong option here. But the error alert is the right place this time, and so we click OK. Okay, so there's the first one I got wrong. And we're going to have to set this sheet back, but let's see what the other one is I got wrong. The second one I got wrong is because I put these as absolute, so they didn't want that. Okay, that's what it said. Okay, didn't want it to be absolute. So now what I want to do here is unprotect, or no, actually protect this sheet again and come back over here and the calorie, yeah, click on that. Get it protected again because I want to correct it again now. And go back to calorie tracking and protect this one. Come on, pop up. And okay. And we'll try resubmitting again. I want to come back to my account, I believe. No, this is your 100% on this one, and thank you very much. No,